Yeah, so I think partnering with the agencies and ad tech and agencies partnering together is super important. And I think the best when we think about best practices for this, I think it's really aligning on the end client's goals and making sure that we're working together for a common purpose, which is usually around business outcomes or some sort of a business outcome. And so I think it's really educating the agency to understand and simplify all of the data that programmatic has access to. So being able to talk to them about all the insights and all the data feeds that make sense in that particular instance to that particular client.
So picking up from the idea of data being kind of central to ad tech and agency partnerships, the upfronts have generally been about content and big brand plays. How does data come into play in the upfronts these days?
Yeah, so I think content is obviously a big piece of the upfronts, and I think the programmatic is sort of a buying method of the upfronts. And so, why not have both, where you have great content, but then you can layer on your first party data to that content? I think that's where programmatic comes in. It comes in for the targeting aspect of it, the flexibility to move some commitments around, whether it's stop, pause, whether it's across different strategies, and then the accountability to really measure business outcomes for that client. So I think programmatic is a buying method within the upfront, but combining data and content is actually the holy grail.
So in the past, we'd only be talking to the trade desk about the idea of the new fronts, and now obviously you're fully embedded in the upfronts. Is there anything that still has to change in terms of the mindset of agencies and in terms of the the perception of what the trade desk has to offer in an upfront as opposed to just strictly the online focused new fronts?
Yeah, I think because again, programmatic provides all of this data. I think it's important to understand how we can be more efficient and effective with the upfront buy. And to us, that's omni-channel. And so I know we talk about the upfronts as video, but how can other channels like display and audio and digital out of home participate in that customer journey? And so I think the upfronts will evolve and continue to evolve, but we should be thinking about it. If we're thinking about audience first approach, we want to think about that audience, that consumer across all of their devices. So how does CTV and video impact other channels? What's the efficacy of those other channels? And how do we drive all of that to an actual business outcome? So I think as we talk about video, I think bringing in other channels is also important because that's how a consumer consumes content.
When it comes to encompassing all those channels and having them kind of work seamlessly as possible for advertisers, is there any particular technological innovations that you're seeing these days for the when it comes to bringing programmatic into the upfronts more fully?
Yeah, I think it all starts with the foundation of your tech platform. And so we released a new tech platform called Kokai last year. And really at the heart of that is one is our AI suite, which we call Koa, which was introduced to our platform in 2017. And then also the device graph. Which was our first acquisition of AdBrain. And I think the combination of both to understand a household and the individuals within that household, and then let the AI work towards that actual KPI or business outcomes is really where the rubber meets the road. And so when we think about AI, we think about it a little differently than other companies. It's not give us all your money and let the AI figure it out. We want to be as transparent as possible when it comes to the AI. What is the AI doing? What's the methodology? In fact, even understanding if I do press this button, what is that going to do to my ultimate goal? Or my ultimate KPI before you spend any money. So there's transparency aspect of it, but there's also the human aspect of it, and understanding that that's why we work so well with agencies because we are a self-service platform. We want to give them the power to let the AI do the math, but then let them do the hypothesis and the strategy because both combined is really how we make AI powerful.
Just to bring the conversation around full circle, the idea of the upfronts traditionally has always been about showcasing premium content, and there's always also been this performance aspect to it. There's been basically it's been the form of ratings guarantees.
Mm-hmm.
How do you see the upfront defined today? Is it more of a performance medium with that traditional premium content layer to it? Do you see a blend? Do you see a rebalancing of those approaches?
Yeah, I think we're far from all media being performance, although that is, I think, the future, which is all media should be performance media. I think that we have a lot of legacy structures in place, a lot of legacy measurement in place, and for the right reasons. This has been around for 60 years. And so I think it's an evolution that's going to take time, and there's a lot of education that needs to happen, whether it's meeting our customers where they are, but also educating them on maybe there is a better way, and let's highlight that better way so we can move towards a more data-driven future. But I do think that that will take time. There's a lot of companies that we all have to kind of aggregate around, and so I think all the education and all the insights and data that we could provide can hopefully move the needle in the future.